The tricker was he just looked us in the eye and said, look, here are the facts. He didn't sugarcoat it. Here's what you got to do to sell your house. And we both looked at each other and said, you know, the guy's got a point. He's right. And we did, and within a matter of weeks, the house was sold. We had a house that we were trying to sell in a kind of a depressed market. And we had several real estate agents, I think it was 2. The same old kind of stuff they'd do, brochures and flyers and say, don't worry about it, we'll take good care of you, and it wasn't selling.
I think the reason that Jeremy came across so well for us is that at the time we were going to sell this house, he was doing a bus trip around town with people that wanted to look at foreclosures. And he was so energetic and so much, was so upbeat that we said, hey, when we get around to selling, we're going to talk to him.
And the reason that was so compelling, this guy has got imagination and marketing and tenacity. He pulled up the first time with the bus trip that Kay just mentioned, and I got on the bus, and the driver was not only the driver, but he was a banker. He could talk to you about lending money for the house, and in addition to that, on the bus was a guy who understood building. He was a building inspector. So if you want to understand something about building, there's a building inspector. So that probably needs a new roof. It just showed that the kind of marketing that Jeremy had displayed. So we had him out to the house that we were trying to sell, and he sat down and said, look, listen guys, he said,
you really want to sell this house? You price it differently. So the market is, at the time we sold it, the market was really very, very low. And he was very reasonable in making it sound like if you keep this house for a couple more years, it's going to cost you X number of dollars, or, you know, and it's much smarter to take your losses and move on. And that was brilliant, because nobody else ever told us that.
And he was the only guy that did that. We were impressed with the guy. Enthusiastic.
And creative.
Absolutely, and high energy. And so we're very pleased to recommend Jeremy to anybody who wants to sell or buy a house. The guy's brilliant, I think.